Not That Kind of Christian here again, and I am happy to say that I'm back to read some more of Peter Pan and Wendy by J.M. Barrie, and I'm going to continue where I left off from the chapter entitled The Children Escape. I believe we've just got to a point where they're near the window and they hear Nana the dog barking. Yeah, they hear Nana barking, and I think it's Liza or Lisa, the maid, goes down to bring the dog in, and there is an illustration of her with Nana, who is not just a nurse, but she is a dog. I think she's a Newfoundland. So I'll begin again. We'll go to the end of this chapter. It was like this. Nana's barking had so much annoyed the little maid Lisa that she was mixing up Christmas puddings in the kitchen that she got muddled between the suet and the sugar, the raisins and the currants, and put too much of one thing and too little of another. At last she became very cross. She fetched Nana indoors and took her upstairs to the nursery. "There, you silly," she said to Nana. "There's nothing at all to bark about. They're all breathing sweetly in their beds." But Liza knew that the sweet breathing was behind the window curtains where the three children and Peter were hiding. Smart dog, yeah. Right. Now then, Nana, no more of this nonsense, said Liza severely. "If you bark any more, I shall go and fetch the master and the missus for the party. From the party, rather, and then you'll catch it." She took Nana away. "That's all right," said John, coming out from the window curtains. "I say, Peter, how do you fly?" Peter flew gracefully around the room to show how easy it was. "How topping!" cried the boys. Why do I keep thinking of Rees-Mogg? "How sweet!" said Wendy. Well, at least that didn't make me think of Rees-Mogg. "Yes, I am sweet," said Peter in a conceited way. Well, that made me think of Rees-Mogg. They tried to imitate him, but they couldn't fly a bit until Peter blew some fairy dust onto each of them. And he told them, "All you do is think lovely, wonderful thoughts and wiggle your shoulders and let go." Oh, I need to do a bit of that at the moment. It's quite good when you do it. I don't know if I'll fly. Maybe that just depends on what I'm taking. They found the lovely, wonderful thoughts rather a bother. You can't think of any all of a sudden like that, but they wriggled and let go, and the fairy dust did the rest. In half a minute, the three darlings were fluttering around the room with their heads bobbing against the ceiling. It was glorious. And when John found he really could fly and that there were pirates in the Neverland, he made up his mind he must see them. There was no time to lose. He seized his Sunday hat, it looked rather funny along with his night clothes, and cried, "Let's be off at once." "Yes, let's," cried everyone else. The stars, who were watching and waiting to see what would happen, immediately blew the window open. Meanwhile, it was about 10 minutes since Nana had been fastened up in the yard. She was sure there was something wrong in the nursery. She could feel that her dear little charges were in danger, and yet what could she do? It was no good barking. That was quite plain. She went on pulling and straining at her chain with all her might and main, and at last it broke. Mr. and Mrs. Darling were horrified to see her bursting into where they were at the party, dragging her broken chain and throwing up her paws. They left number 27 in a fright and followed Nana into the street. Just fancy how startled and shocked they were when they looked up at their own nursery window and saw the room was full of light, and there were four shadows on the curtain, shadows of little figures flying round and up and down, to and fro. Yes, flying. Goodness me! Were they dreaming or what? They were trembling with fear as they opened the street door and ran upstairs as softly as possible. They might perhaps have been in time if they'd gone faster, perhaps, but I don't think so. And as they reached the nursery door, Nana gave a great sad howl, for she could hear things better than Mr. and Mrs. Darling, and somehow she knew the window had opened just that moment, and four little people had gone flying out into the night. Tinkerbell made 5, of course, but we will still not count her, because she was so small and so disagreeable. Sometimes I feel small and disagreeable, but I think of this lovely illustration and this wonderful book that was given to my dear wife when she was very, very young. Her dad at the moment, sadly, is quite ill in James Paget. Well, that's it for now, folks. Chapter 5 next, the fly-by-nights. Do you know that's an expression? And I always wondered where it came from. Even when I was a boy, people used to use it. They'd say if someone a bit unreliable, someone who might just kind of be there and gone or whatever. So they're a right fly-by-night, or there's a right fly-by-night. I don't know how you say it in Great Yarmouth. Anyway, people, love God, love your neighbour as yourself. Do your bit, do your best, and let's all try to love each other, right? Can be a bit hard at times, but I guess love is, after all, the best way of all. Bye.